All right, so this video is for people that did not attend Zoom class this morning or did not participate to get any credit during the lesson. All right, our lesson today is focusing on equations with variables on both sides. All right, so the essential question, how can you solve equations with the variable on both sides? So just a quick review before we actually start to solve these problems. These are the type of problems that you've done in the past. And so y is a number, and that you add 5 to it equals 30. And I know a lot of you guys can probably just do that in your head, right? And you know what that is. But these are the steps now to solve, all right? So we want to get our variable by itself, all right? In order to do that, we need to get rid of this 5, all right? So since we have two sides to an equation, it's like a balancing a balance in science, right? So whatever we do to this side, we need to do the same to the opposite side. So this is how we do it. We want to get rid of positive 5. So in order to cancel that out, we need to do the opposite of the operation, the opposite of adding and subtracting, and then this will cancel out. And so we do the same opposite to this side, okay? So minus 5, we're balancing it out, and now we're left with 25, 30 minus 5, right? And now I'm sure that's the number that you guys got in your head, all right? So I go back, I can plug it in. 25 plus 5 equals 30. That means it's balanced, okay? On this side right here, we have 5x equals 30. What does x have to equal? We're going to do the opposite operation to cancel out. So the opposite of multiplication is dividing. All right, so we're going to divide both sides by 5. Once we do that, the 5s cancel out. We're left with 1x equals 30 divided by 5, which equals 6. I can go back and plug that in now into x. 5 times 6 is 30. All right, so we do the same thing now, but the only difference is we're going to have x's on both sides of the equation. So what you have to do is you have to decide which side do I want to go to. And here's the steps on how to do it. Put like terms on the same side, x's with x's, variables with variables, numbers with numbers. So I need to put the x's together, and I need to put the integers, the numbers together. And so you have two options, all right? You can either move this 2x over here, or you can move the 4x on this side. And this is how you know the suggested starting points, whatever makes it easier for you to do. And we want numbers to be positive. All right, so let's take a look. If I'm moving the 4x over here, that means I have to cancel it out, which means subtract 4x. And look at what's going to happen now. I am going from positive to a bigger subtraction of a positive number. So that's going to make it negative. That's going to make it messy. All right. So I don't want to start with that side. I want to do the 2x, and I want to move that over. All right. So how do I do that? I'm going to subtract it from both sides. All right. So this is our step right here. Do the opposite. 2x minus 2x is going to cancel out. Now I need to solve this piece right here. All right. So 4x minus 2x is 2x. I rewrite my equation, all right? So 2x minus 3 equals what's left on this side, positive 3. Okay, now I need to do what I did in the previous slide, which is cancel this out, right? I need to do the opposite. So I'm doing this to both sides. Once I do that, this will cancel out. I'm left with 2x equals 6. All right, I do the opposite of this right here, which is multiplying. What is the opposite of multiplying? Dividing. That will cancel out the multiplying, and x equals 3. I can go back and plug my numbers in now, and it should match. So I have x equals 3. I'm going to put my 3 in right here. 3 times 4 is 12, minus 3 is 9. Here is 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. I have balanced correctly. So these ones, you will always get the right answer if you go back and you check your variable for each. All right, so very, very good for you guys to get into that habit. All right, so here we go. We're going to do 3 more examples, and you're going to complete those on your own. So here we go. All right, I'm going to solve for x. What do I do now? Am I moving this x over here, or am I moving the 2x over here? So hopefully you see right away, if I minus this x, this is going to make this more negative. I don't want negative numbers. So if I do the opposite to this one by canceling it out, I am adding a positive number to a positive number. You do the same to both sides. So this is what I want. This cancels out. I'm left now with 3x plus 3 equals 6 on this side. I need to get x by itself. How do I do that? I'm going to cancel this out, do the opposite to it. So adding 3, I'm minusing 3. Do the same to both sides of the equation. I'm left now. Get rid of this. So I'm going to rewrite over here. 3x equals 6 minus 3, which is 3. All right, what does x equal now? I'm going to cancel out the multiplying. How do I do that? By dividing. So I'm going to divide each side by 3. Now x equals 3 divided by 3, which is 1. That takes care of this. I go back, I check my work. All right, I'm going to plug 1 in now for x, and it should match on both sides. So 1 here, 1 here. 1 plus 3 is 4 on the left. On this side, 1 here for x. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 6. You can also rewrite it. 6 minus 2 is positive 4. I have it correct. All right, one more example before you'll be on your way. All right, let's take a look at this one. All right, so minus 2x minus 1 equals x plus 5. I want to start with my variable. So what do I start with? Am I going to do the opposite here or do the opposite here? All right, the opposite of negative 2x is adding 2x, so that's good. I want things to be positive on the other side, so I'm going to add 2x here. Once I do that, this cancels out. All right, I'm left with on this side, minus 1 equals x plus 2x is 3x. The plus 5 comes down. And now I want to get my x by itself. How do I do that? By canceling out this side, which means I need to do the same to both sides. Minus 5 minus 5. This is going to cancel out. What am I left with? Negative 1 plus negative 5 is negative 6. Two negatives, right? Equals 3x. All right, ignore this line right there. I'm not sure why that's there. Let's get rid of it. And now let's divide both sides by 3 to cancel this out. Once I do that, negative 6 divided by 3, sorry for the confusion there, is 2 equals x. I can go back, check my work now. Let's take a look. I'm going to plug in my negative 2 to both sides, and it should be equal. So here we go. Let's check it out. Negative 2 times negative 2. A negative times a negative makes it positive. 4 minus 1 is 3. All right, now the right should match that. Putting in my x here again, negative 2 plus 5 is positive 3. I have balanced each side, x equals negative 2. All right, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to go to the last 2 slides, and you're going to solve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 problems, show your work, type your work. We'll practice it again tomorrow, so if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help.